Hello, everyone. It is time to talk Venom, Let There Be Carnage. And oh my, this movie, it brings back Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock, who's just trying to live a normal life with Venom, of course. And then we've also got Woody Harrelson as Cletus Kasady. He's a serial killer who breaks free with the help of Carnage. It's that simple, and the movie is not very good, but that doesn't mean it's not a whole lot of fun. And it really kind of boggles my mind when it's just so incredibly clear that so many things in this movie could have been better. But I'm still kind of sitting there enjoying myself watching it, or maybe more specifically, thoroughly enjoying the Eddie and Venom buddy comedy of it all, just watching the two of them try to live together. That was my favorite part of the first Venom movie, and the same is true here now. And, honestly, I probably didn't even need Carnage and all the action set pieces in this movie. I kind of have a feeling that I would have been pretty content just watching Eddie and Venom go about their daily routine together. But before I get too far ahead with that idea, Venom Let There Be Carnage is mighty light on how it handles its themes, its plot points, and its character arcs. But one thing that I did really appreciate in that sense is the comparison of the Cletus Carnage relationship to the Eddie and Venom one, and what Eddie and Venom wind up learning while caught up in this whole ridiculous situation. Moving on now. Shriek was okay. It's kind of hard for me not to wish that they gave Naomi Harris more to do in that role. I would say there is some fun to be had watching her on screen, and I enjoyed her chemistry with Woody Harrelson, but when you really think about everything that Shriek goes through in this story, not much of it involves active choices for her, and I found that kind of disappointing. Then Michelle Williams' Anne, actually on the other hand, I would say she is a pretty active contributor, and she makes a bunch of decisions that really do influence how this story progresses. In the grand scheme of things, it's still a pretty thin role there, but she, I would say, gets one especially fun sequence that really won me over in this film. As for the action here, it's okay. I like the look of how Venom and Carnage operate just in general, so there will always be that, I guess, that baseline level of appeal when they transform and when they fight, but the effects just weren't anything that spectacular, and the fight choreography felt pretty basic, kind of what one might expect from characters with those particular capabilities. And I guess that's kind of the frustrating thing about these Venom movies. They are very silly, and they do manage to get away with that, for me at least, but I still see something that is so much cooler in the material, but we're just not getting a polished, clever version of it. Venom and Eddie can get away with anything simply because I love their dynamic and how much Hardy seems to be enjoying playing these characters. But even then, there's just no denying that a lot of these jokes could have been way more inventive and a lot funnier. And when things like one-liners are not in Venom and Eddie's hands, they can land with a pretty big thud if they don't work. And really, there's a whole bunch of other choices that just plain old didn't work in this movie. Part of me thinks that we need to just retire the idea of casting a younger version of a character, but then putting the older actor's dialogue in the younger version's mouth. I guess maybe I might be missing something when I rack my brain right now, but I don't think I've ever seen that work well. I was also pretty distracted by Harrelson's hair again. There's some major disconnects in Cletus's agenda, and overall, the whole thing is just super thin and rushed. Yes, I ultimately think that it was a good thing that this movie was only 90 minutes long, given the quality of the material, but had the script been more refined, and I think it had the potential to be more refined, there could have been a far funnier and more thoughtful exploration of the Venom-Eddie relationship here. All right, score time. I am giving Venom, Let There Be Carnage 3 Deweys out of 5 on the Dewey Decimovie scale. That 3 right there reflects entertainment value more than the quality of the movie. This thing is super silly, and I caught myself rolling my eyes and just wanting to shout, "Why are you doing this way?" so many times. But ultimately, I enjoy watching Eddie and Venom. I want more of Eddie and Venom, and this movie just gave it to me. All right, that is where I'm going to leave you on this one. Actually, I'm going to add one more thing, because I know a lot of you are going to ask. Yes, there's a post-credit scene, and yes, you need to see it. So there it is. That is where I'm leaving you on this one. Big thanks to all of you for watching this review. You know what you have to do. See the movie for yourself and then tell me what you think about it. I love hearing your thoughts as well. Now, Patreon shout-out time. This is a great group right here. We've got Craig, Paul, Andrew, MK Songbird, John Gregory, and Tommy. Thank you so much for being here and for supporting the Patreon campaign. Guys, you know this, but I'm saying it again because I really, really appreciate your support. Thank you. And a big thanks to everybody out there for watching this review. Like it and share it before you leave, and stay tuned. So many more coming your way very, very soon. See you guys.